Welcome to Your Wellness Matters, a space where we talk honestly about pain, well-being, and the human experience behind it. Before we begin this series, I want to take a moment to explain what the series is and what it isn't. This is a series about pain, but not pain as a symptom alone. This is a series about how pain affects the whole person, the body, the nervous system, the mind, relationships, identity, and daily life. Across this series, we will explore pain from multiple angles. We will talk about how pain is created and processed by the nervous system, why pain can persist even when scans look normal, how stress, trauma, and emotional load influences pain, the psychological impact of living with ongoing pain, how pain affects relationships, identity, movement, sleep, confidence, why some approaches help and why others make pain worse, and finally, what it means to live well with pain, even when it doesn't completely disappear. Each episode looks at pain through a slightly different lens, but they are all connected. This is not a series of quick tips. It's not about chasing cures, and it's not about pretending pain is all in the mind. Pain is real, and it's complex. How this series is structured. Each episode in this series focuses on one aspect of pain. Some episodes explore the biology, what is happening in the nervous system. Some focus on psychology, fear, identity, grief, and meaning. Others explore how pain shows up in real life, in relationships, in movement, sleep, and aging. You don't need to listen to these episodes perfectly or in one sitting. Many episodes may resonate deeply, others may feel less relevant right now, and that's normal. Pain is not linear, and neither is understanding it. I encourage you to listen gently. You don't need to analyze every word. You don't need to agree with everything. Let the ideas land. I encourage you to listen gently. You don't need to analyze every word. You don't need to agree with everything. Let the ideas land where they need to. If something feels uncomfortable, that doesn't mean it's wrong, but it may mean it touches something important. This series is not about fixing you. It is about understanding pain more clearly so it has less power over your life. Pain is often treated as a problem to solve, but for many people, pain becomes a long-term companion, and the real struggle is not just the pain itself, but the isolation, confusion, and loss of self that comes with it. This series is here to name those experiences, to reduce shame, to increase understanding, and to help you feel less alone in what you are carrying. With that said, welcome to Your Wellness Matters, a space where we can honestly explore pain, well-being, and the human experience behind it. Today we begin the series focused on pain, not just where it hurts, but how the pain affects the body, the mind, and the way we live. Because pain is never only physical. Most of us grow up with a very simple understanding of pain. Pain means something is wrong. Pain means something is damaged. Pain means something needs fixing. If your knee hurts, the knee is the problem. If the back aches, the back is the problem. If a scan shows something abnormal, that must be the cause. This way of thinking makes sense, especially for an acute injury, a fracture, a burn, an infection. But it begins to fall apart when pain lingers, spreads, fluctuates, or refuses to settle. Many people reach a point where they ask, Why am I still in pain if nothing is wrong? Why doesn't this make sense anymore? This is where frustration begins, and often self-doubt. One of the most important things to understand about pain is this. Pain does not live solely in tissues, joints, or muscles. Pain lives in the nervous system. From a biological perspective, pain begins as a signal. Specialized nerve endings detect pressure, temperature, inflammation, or injury. These signals travel through the spinal cord to the brain. But pain is not simply received. Pain is decided. The brain evaluates incoming information and asks, is it dangerous? Is this familiar? Have I experienced this before? Do I need to protect myself? Only then does pain emerge as an experience. Pain is not just sensation. Pain is interpretation. That is why two people can have the same injury, even identical scans, and experience pain very differently. One may recover quickly, another may struggle for years. This difference is not about toughness, it's not about exaggeration, it is certainly not about weakness. It is, however, about how the nervous system processes threat. Pain is influenced by stress levels, emotional safety, past experiences with pain or illness, fatigue and sleep quality, fear, uncertainty, and meaning. Pain is shaped by context. The brain's primary job is not comfort. Its job is survival. If the brain perceives threat, real or perceived, it will amplify protective responses. Pain is one of those responses. This means pain can increase during stress, flare during emotional strain, persist after tissues have healed, reduce when someone feels safe, calm, or supported. The nervous system is adaptive. Sometimes it becomes overprotective. When pain continues for weeks or months, the nervous system can become sensitized. Sensitization means the system reacts more strongly than necessary. Biologically, this can involve nerves firing more easily, muscles remaining tense, lower pain thresholds, heightened sensitivity to movement or touch. Psychologically, sensitization often looks like fear of movement, hyper-awareness of bodily sensations, anxiety about flares-up, and constant scanning for warning signs. Importantly, this does not mean damage is increasing. It means the system has learned to expect danger. Pain is never just a physical sensation. It always carries meaning. The brain quietly asks, what does this pain mean for my future? Will I lose independence? Will this limit my life? Will it get worse? These questions often go unspoken, but they shape the experience. Pain threatens certainty, and uncertainty is psychologically destabilizing. Over time, people begin to grieve the body they once trusted, the activities they once enjoyed, the version of themselves that felt capable. This grief is real and often invisible. Many people living with pain will say, I'm not myself anymore, and this is not imagined. Biologically, ongoing pain affects sleep cycles, energy production, stress hormones such as cortisol, neurotransmitters involved in mood regulation. Psychologically, pain narrows life. People do less, they socialize less, they plan less. They may rest more, but rarely feel rested. Over time, pain can make someone more withdrawn, less patient, more emotionally reactive. This is not a character flaw. It is a nervous system under constant strain. Pain activates the stress response, and the stress increases the muscle tension, the inflammation, the pain sensitivity, and fatigue. This creates a loop. Pain increases stress, stress amplifies pain, pain becomes harder to calm. That is why pain management that focuses only on the painful body part often falls short. The system interrupting pain must be addressed. Understanding that pain does not magically remove itself, but it changes the relationship people have with it. When people understand that pain is protective, not punitive, sensitivity does not equal damage, calm reduces pain intensity, fear often reduces, and when fear reduces, pain often softens. Knowledge creates safety, and safety calms the nervous system. At Your Wellness Matters, pain is approached as a whole person experience. Pain is understood as a biological signal, a nervous system response, a psychological experience, a condition that affects identity, relationships, and quality of life. Pain support is not about chasing cures. Pain support is not about chasing cures. It is about restoring balance, confidence, and safety in the body. Pain is not weakness. Pain is not failure. Pain is not something you caused. Pain is information. And when we listen, rather than fight relentlessly, pain often loosens its grip. Pain is not just physical. It shapes how we think, how we feel, how we move, and how we relate to the world around us. In the next episode, we'll explore what happens when pain becomes chronic and why durations change pain in ways most people never accept. In the next episode, we'll explore what happens when pain becomes chronic and why duration changes pain in ways most people never expect. Take a breath, be kind to your body, relax, recharge, and remember, your wellness matters more than you think.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.